Graduation ceremony of Class 924 pre-service class for the Nebraska Department of Correctional Services. My name is Ken Sturdy. I'm the training manager for the department and the on-site supervisor here at the Academy. And it is my pleasure to introduce to you Class 924. Please welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're able, please rise for posting of colors. Permission granted.
Forward march. Halt. Left face. Third post. Ready, post. Cut. Adjust. Arms.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Forward arms. Right face. Forward march. Detail halt. Left face. Forward arms. One step to the rear. Move.
You may be seated. Today, our guest speaker is the Human Talent Director for the Nebraska Department of Corrections. Please welcome Erin Kreiner.
Thank you, Mr. Sturdy. Well, first of all, I feel that I need to put a few rumors to rest. As much as I love interactive presentations, I will not be clogging today for any of our celebration, although it may come out at another time. It's just, you'll have to be on the lookout for such entertainment, but it is not of today. So for all of you that were wondering about that, that is not my part of my presentation for today. So welcome, graduates, family, and NDCS staff. Thank you for joining us today at graduation. I'd like to just share a few things with us together today as we celebrate our graduates. Keep people safe. That's our mission. Every single one of us, every single day, contribute to that mission. We spent the last few weeks learning different techniques, tools, and ways that you can fulfill that mission, and you're going to continue to learn that every single day. I am going to give you one more tool today as well. So you learned that our mission is to keep people safe. We keep people in the public safe. We keep people we work with safe. We keep people who visit our prisons safe. We keep people who are incarcerated safe. You learned that our vision, which is our long-term description of success, is safe prisons, transform lives, and safe communities. You also learned about our 4 Ps. Can anyone say, in the first 2 rows, can anyone say what one of our 4 Ps is? The strategic plan? Programs. Awesome. Another one. Policy. People. One last one. Physical plan, great job. So our 4 Ps of our strategic plan, and obviously today we are here celebrating people. And much of what you've been learning about throughout the last few weeks represents each of those 4 Ps. Throughout the last few weeks, you've been trained on many different skills, from tactical moves to report writing, creating opportunity for change, searches, daily vigilance, programming, and lots of details in between. These skills are incredibly important in fulfilling our mission. It's also important that we use the agency's values to keep us on the road while we accomplish our mission. So by incorporating the values of integrity, respect, compassion, growth, and excellence into our decision-making and interactions, we keep people safe. Several years ago, I attended Blue Courage training with some leaders from across the agency. Blue Courage defined is a way of being, a philosophy that inspires one to embody the noblest of character and unquestioned devotion. It is to flourish in all aspects of life, to act with practical wisdom, to exude vitality, and to hearten human connections. So we learned about the term nobility. Nobility is the greatness of character and high ethical qualities or ideals that serve a cause greater than self. It's a faithfulness to a higher calling. So if you think about all this just for a minute, we put it all together. What's our mission? Keep people safe. And how incredibly noble is this profession? So when we pull together all the things that you've learned over the last 6 weeks and all the things you're going to be learning in the coming weeks and months, it may feel a little overwhelming. I'm going to give you one more tool today to add to that toolbox. So what if I could give you a tool that would give you 16 seconds to clarity, and it could last for hours? It can cool you down. It can give you another gear to operate on. Many don't know about this tool, so it gives you an advantage. Are you ready to learn? Okay, so it's breathing. We can slow our heart rates and breath rates down. We operate cooler. Many of our body systems are enhanced when we do this. So, everyone ready? Some more training. Everyone in this room, please sit up straight and relax. You can close your eyes right now. Don't do that on shift. But we're going to breathe in and out to the count of 4. So as I count here, I want you to get ready. So breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. That's it. That's deep breathing. Doing this interrupts the pattern. It allows us clarity to think. You don't have to close your eyes, but obviously you can. It's before shift. And how simple is that? And yet so many times in the moment of stress, anxiety, and panic, we forget. So if it's practiced regularly, the effects can last for hours. 16 seconds. I've shared this technique for years now, and thought recently of changing my speech for today. However, this year our agency explored new tactical training, and guess what? Breath work is an important part of this new program, and starting in September, all of our new hires will be going through that platform. So when we went to one of the classes earlier this year, we even had to lay on the ground with the lights out to go through a deep meditation. Imagine law enforcement, corrections, MMA fighters, and other special forces, and myself, all laying on the ground to do this very technique. The instructor, who we'll start doing more instructions with, worked very closely with the Osborne-era Husker team. So for those of you not from Nebraska or maybe just a lot younger, that's when we used to win football team games regularly. So I share this story because these breathing exercises are so simple, and yet so often we forget. This year, I celebrate being 10 years with this agency. So my last piece of advice to you is to look around and find your people. I've always loved hearing stories across our agency of the formed friendships. If you are in need of a friend, be a friend. Look out for one another. Some of my closest friends are within this agency. I've been able to be there for their difficult times, and they certainly have helped me through my difficult times. As you've probably heard, this work is difficult. We need each of you. We need you to take care of yourself and to help take care of each other. This is how we accomplish our mission. This is how we keep people safe. To the family members and friends here today, you're now part of our corrections family. We need each one of you also. Be proud of your loved ones. They worked hard, and that work has really just begun. There'll be challenging times ahead. Your loved ones will need to know that you're there to support them. Sometimes that's listening about their day, and sometimes that means understanding when they don't want to talk. Sometimes it might be that reminder for them to take 16 seconds to breathe. Keep people safe. It's a huge responsibility. It's one that we cannot take for granted. It is one of nobility, and it's one that we accomplish with pride. Congratulations. Job well done.
Now, we would like to hear from one of the class members. We have selected Corporal Branch to come up and speak.
Might have to use that technique she just taught me to breathe a little before I get started here. Welcome, friends, family, and members of NDCS. It's an honor and a privilege to be standing among you all as a representative of this fantastic team. Throughout our time at STA, we have had the opportunity to rise to challenges given, and all of us have shown grit, determination, and carving out our place as the next generation of NDCS. Over these last 6 weeks, we've had our highs and lows, but we've all helped one another to reach this point. I'd like to sincerely thank Training Specialist Miller and Bean for raising the bar and creating an environment that is truly incredible for learning. With the encouragement and enthusiasm you've provided, I believe all of us are set up for nothing but success. As we graduate today, may we hold our heads up high with pride for the honesty, integrity, and above all else, dedication to keep people safe that each member of our team has displayed. Thank you to my family, thank you to my teammates, thank you to all of the NDCS staff.
On the first day of the training session, they met over at our central office area for some day one processing. And one of the things that they did that day is they signed a pledge to NDCS, a pledge to the state of Nebraska, to the incarcerated individuals, to the employees, that they would uphold the highest level of ethics and conduct in their roles within the Department of Corrections. During the graduation ceremony, we do a public affirmation of what they signed on day one. So I encourage you to listen closely as we go through these pledge statements, because they are truly the foundation of a successful Department of Correction. Now, this is the part that I mentioned earlier that they're going to be standing, and if you want to take pictures or video, feel free to come around. So class, please stand. Those of you that want to take pictures, please feel free to come forward where you can get a good picture of the ones that you're trying to get into the photo. And we'll give you a minute to go ahead and do that. Don't be shy. Because this is not just a one-time thing, all NDCS employees in the building, please stand and raise your right hand. And class, please raise your right hand. Do you pledge to uphold the mission of the agency to keep people safe?
I
Do you pledge to work toward the vision of safe prisons, transformed lives, safe communities?
do.
Do you pledge to exemplify the values of integrity, respect, compassion, growth, and excellence?
I do.
Do you pledge to take ownership of your actions and demonstrate professionalism, honesty, and commitment?
I do.
Do you pledge to demonstrate in your words and actions that every person has fundamental worth? Do you pledge to care about people, have empathy for others, and treat everyone with respect and dignity?
I do.
Do you pledge to provide and take advantage of the right environment, expectations, and opportunities for development? You pledge to seek continuous improvement and innovation in every endeavor to achieve the best outcomes. You pledge to be one team, one vision. And so you have pledged to each other, to this audience, and to yourselves. You may be seated. So we like to give the class leaders an opportunity to speak. And so we will start with the leader. No. We're going to start with the assistant class leader. Training specialist, Mary Jo Bean. Please welcome.
All right, settle down. All right, so day one, I told these guys that I wanted them to be my favorite class. Like, no matter what, they were going to have to make it happen. And so far, so good. It's been a blast hanging out with you guys, sometimes yelling at you guys. But it was all for growth. You guys taught me some stuff too. I can't think of off the top of the head what it was, but I'm sure you taught me something, right? It's been a good time that we've had some laughs. We've had some serious moments. We've had some realistic training, which I think a lot of you guys really took seriously, so that was great, especially when we got into the physical stuff. Just knowing what this job entails, the danger that could come with your jobs, also the good stuff and the bad stuff. And what I'm going to ask you guys to do is, you've all got some really good friendships during the class time. Keep those friendships, people to pull on and kind of ask for, assistance, message each other, talk about your experiences, because your family, as much as they love you and care for you, a lot of them, unless they work for us, haven't been through the kind of situations that you're going to be working in and will be experiencing. So use each other to kind of bounce off feelings and thoughts off of, but also understand that as you guys get going, you're going to be meeting a lot of new people, a lot of new friends. Use those friendships. Some of those friendships have stayed with me for many, many years. So enjoy that part of corrections. Also understand there's going to be some times where you got to take a deep breath. You got to relax. Remember to do it safely. Make sure that you guys are using your resources, the people to lean back on, each other, family. Make sure that you guys are all there for each other. That's what this is all about. We are all family, and I know they always say, some businesses always say, oh, don't worry, we're all family here. This one, we are all family here. So we take care of each other. That being said, if you need anything, reach out to us, message us, email, whatever. We can always assist you. Other than that, good luck. I can't wait to see how well you guys do in this next few months, years, decades, right? All right, good job.
So when I look back at 924, if any questions come up about what occurred, there's one person I'm going to be looking for, and that's the leader of class 924, training specialist Rob Miller.
So this class was a lot of fun. It's actually one of my better classes I've had, probably the best one. The interaction between everyone was wonderful. And it started on day one when I couldn't pronounce Rinkoziak's name at all. It was wonderful. So it took me a couple days. I finally figured out I got it all down. We're good to go now. But Bean is absolutely right. You guys you're in a family now. I spent 6.5 years down at Tecumseh, and they're still, it's still home. It's still family. I go through a wall for those guys. And you guys are going to have that opportunity as well. So it's really exciting to see from day one where you guys started to kind of gel, kind of get into the family nonsense that every family gets into, and then come back and go, you know what, it wasn't that bad. We're still good. Everything's great. And I'm really excited to see you guys grow as a family, develop those relationships, just as Bean was saying. So I'm excited for this class. I'm excited to watch you guys graduate. I'm excited to hear about you guys, a couple months down the road, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years down the road, and see where you landed. So thank you again.
So we have a couple of student awards, and the award that we're going to be presenting them with is an NDCS Challenge coin. So when we dismiss and you want to see what that challenge coin looks like, you can stop them for a second and take a look at it. But we give a student award for firearms proficiency, which means on the practice day and qualification day, the highest score that they shot with a rifle and shotgun on both of those days gets added together, and the total number, whoever had the highest number, gets the Firearms Proficiency Award. So the Firearms Proficiency Award for Class 924 goes to Corporal Branch. This morning when I met with the class, training coordinator Ray and I met with them to kind of do a debriefing and see how things went their first 6 weeks with the department. At the end, I listed 3 traits up on the tear chart. I said teamwork, professionalism, and leadership. Who in your class through 6 weeks displayed those traits? One person that had all 3 of those traits: professionalism, teamwork, and leadership. So they wrote down on a piece of paper, folded that up, so it was a closed ballot, sent them to the end. I went down and tabulated it. And we will present the Leadership Award for 924 to Corporal Kubicek. At this point in the ceremony, we're going to do the certificate presentation, and most of our graduates will get a badge as well, so we will call them up one at a time based on the facility or program that they are assigned to, and once they are up here, this is the time for photos and videos when they're here, and then they're going to progress down this direction and exit by the flags back to their seat. So one thing that does happen when we get them up here by themselves in front of all of you, they have a tendency to want to move very quickly because they want to go back down there. So if you don't get the photo you're looking for, please say something, hey, stop, and we will stop them so that you do get the photo that you're wanting to get. We also give the opportunity to our graduates, if they're getting a badge and they have a family member that is current or retired, corrections or law enforcement, they can ask that they present their badge during the ceremony. So that we do have a couple of those guest presenters that we'll introduce to you in just a little bit. We have facility representatives and program representatives here from NDCS, and as we go through each facility or program, we'll have those representatives come forward as well. So we are going to start with the Community Correction Center Lincoln, and representing CCCL, we have today Assistant Warden Allison Drescher and Acting Captain Zach Menser. Did Zach get here? There he is. Please welcome them. He hands it to you, and you hand me the badge.
Corporal Benny Kubicek.
Thank you. Our next graduates are going to be at central office, and central office is support for all of our facilities and programs. So we have our director's office, we have our legal office, human resources, accounting, purchasing, all of the support services, including the Staff Training Academy, falls under central office. We have Erin Kreiner, our human talent director, representing central office. We also have, is Sierra here? Did she make it? Sierra Klingelhofer? No. But we also have Daniel Sloat. Dan is a classification administrator over at central office. Please welcome.
Program Manager Andra Bartles. Admin Programs Officer Brittany MacArthur. Legislative Coordinator Marcus Miles.
Thanks, Dan. Next, we have the Nebraska Correctional Center for Women. With us today from NCCW, Assistant Warden Brooke Barham, Unit Administrator Kayla Van Dam, FTO Sergeant Caitlin Denniston. Please welcome them.
Caseworker Hannah Pifley.
Next is the Omaha Correctional Center. With us today from OCC, we have Warden James Jansen and Training Specialist Kinsey Douglas. Please welcome.
Corporal Sebastian Peak.
Next is the Nebraska State Penitentiary. With us today from NSP, we have Associate Warden Jason Hurt, FTO Sergeant Emily Johnson, Unit Administrator Brandon Tan. Please welcome.
Corporal Stella Abel. Corporal Brock Alexander. Corporal Austin Janikowski.
Next, we have the Reception and Treatment Center. With us today from RTC, we have Unit Administrator Jimmy Franzen, Unit Administrator Chelsea Guthrie, Major Jeremy Moore, FTO Sergeant Shane Thurman, FTO Sergeant Jared McGinn.
Corporal Jacob Alexander. Corporal James Blue. Corporal Bradley Bradford. Corporal Julian Branch.
Before we introduce the next RTC graduate, would Jason Branker please join me? Jason is a corporal at the Nebraska State Penitentiary, and he's the uncle of our next graduate.
Corporal Carolyn Edelmeyer. Corporal Jacob Hinren. Corporal Kevin Johnson. Corporal Alexander Palo. Corporal Algerome Wolo.
Next, we have the Tecumseh State Correctional Institution. With us today from TSCI, Unit Administrator Justin Hausman, FTO Sergeant Clay Christensen.
Corporal Joy Hillary. Corporal Emerson Mayfield. Corporal Ethan Rinkoziak.
I also want to recognize some of our exec staff that are here today. We have Assistant Director Diane Sabatka-Ryan, and Professional Development Administrator Lindsay Carter, back in the corner there. I also want to recognize our honor guard that's here today. We have members Hester, Meza, Yoon, Lane, and Green. Please give them a hand. As we near the end of our ceremony, a couple things I want to mention. One, make sure you check your pictures. If you didn't get the picture that you need, please come up and we can restage that for you, but let us know right away because some of our leaders need to leave and get back to the institutions, but we can restage some of those things for you if you didn't get that. Also, as soon as we dismiss, the graduates will need to meet with their training staff just for a couple minutes in the back corner there, just to make sure the next few days they have it square of what they're going to be doing, and then they'll be able to come and greet you, take you on a little tour. We have one other class right now going on in the academy, but we got it all ready for you earlier today. We cleaned and organized and got things ready for a tour, so please feel free to go on a little bit of a tour of the academy. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to officially retire the colors. They will be reposted as soon as they're officially retired, so you can take pictures in front of them as soon as the ceremony is over with. So would you please rise for retiring of colors?
Right face. Adjust. Then arm. Forward. Arm. Adjust. Right face. Forward. Mark. Roll. Right face. Or arm. Fall out.
Class 924, you're the future of this agency. Go with pride, go with courage, and with our best wishes. For the last time, as 924, you are dismissed. Congratulations.